Vince Lombardi once said that it's the individual's commitment to a group effort that makes a team work. The men and women of the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office come together every day to provide our community with public safety through superior service. And we couldn't do it without partnerships. Partnerships with the community, partnerships with other agencies, and partnerships within our agency. This is Partners in Crime, where extraordinary teamwork is just another day at the office.
Six, Eagle, K-12 is out, start game.
Eagle 197. Eagle K-9. Hey, I got, looks like 2 subjects.
K-14, we're getting out now.
Copy.
Actually, he's walking out in the street. He just threw something.
Looks like we're on the
Hey, get on the ground right now! Get on the ground! Right now! Atta boy! Woo! That's a good boy! That's a good man! What's that man? Alright, keep going 10-15. Thank you, Eagle.
The cameras are able to get it.
Copy, 2770586.
K-9, can you see the carport behind you on the, be the south side of the road there, 2742? I just saw legs sticking out from there. It could be anybody.
Eagle, phenomenal job. I don't know how you saw that. So that's going to be the last one.
Our responsibility is a support portion to the agency that supports patrol. Our job is to back up deputies in patrol. If anytime they go on a call, anything we can back them up on, we do that. And specifically, our job is tracking as well as detector dogs. We provide either explosive dogs or drug dogs for dignitaries, special events, things like that. We also do a lot of tracking for people who are missing, elderly, small children.
So in the sheriff's office, we have 14 dogs. All of them are what we would call patrol certified. So patrol certification is all of our basic patrol functions, which is apprehension of suspects, obedience, building an area search, tracking, which is our primary bread and butter, as we say, and then article and evidence recovery. So anything that's really human scent oriented, all 14 dogs at the sheriff's office have a patrol certification. Once the dog's shown some proficiency, then we will add a dual certification, either drug detection or bomb detection from there.
We live in a very urban area, so when we're tracking, it's difficult when there's a lot of foot traffic out. Sometimes the helicopter's up, a lot more people come out, so it can be very frustrating if you don't get a good track. That's difficult. That's what we're here for. We don't want to just drive around with these dogs in the truck. When we get our dogs out, our mission is to catch them, so it is very frustrating when we don't get that catch. We don't find that person or that missing person.
When we're selecting a dog for K-9 purposes, drive is probably the most important thing that we're looking for. Hunt drive and prey drive are essential in what we do, particularly when we're talking about tracking in urban environments. We need a dog that naturally has that instinct to, oh, I don't know where the rabbit went, but I really want to find the rabbit. I've got to put my nose down. I've got to follow this scent trail, and that can be really challenging in an urban environment. So between drive and then, of course, confidence, we can't have them afraid of cars, for instance, or the urban environments that we're going to be deployed in.
So the way we start these dogs with tracks is we do very simple ones called food tracks. We'll put food out. The person will track layer, another K-9 handler will lay little pieces of food out as they walk the 25 feet out and come back in again. So it starts there, and then as we continue, then we start phasing out the food and just putting human odor. What we'll do is take an old wallet, things like that, we call it articles for training. We'll leave that on the track, 25 paces, maybe an article, a wallet, and at the end a tug toy. And it's up to the handler now to get that dog's nose to the ground again, once they get the article, we make it very happy. Yes, yes, yes. And now they're starting to understand, keep their nose down, and they're looking not for food so much anymore, now human odor.
To me, it's the special operations of special operations. The things that we do, probably the biggest thing that keeps me here all these 18 years is that every deployment is a new challenge, a new obstacle to overcome. As much as we train and prepare, I cannot describe how rewarding it is to see your dog perform in a real situation, the thing that you have trained and trained and trained to get him ready for, and then it's like game day shows up and you win the game on that play.
We are very, very fortunate to work here because of the equipment we have, the training we have. You got to truly have a passion to be in K-9, to be in the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office K-9 unit, because it's not a place to hide, it's a place to work.
The role of the flight unit is to support patrol operations mainly, but anything that is being conducted on the ground where we're looking for something and an aerial view will help either find that thing or to coordinate the mission that is being conducted. We support anyone in the county who's in a public safety role, so any law enforcement agency, be it local or even federal, that needs some sort of air support in our county, they call on us to give them that support. Also, anyone else who's public safety, fire, any search and rescue services that are needed, and even environmental protection. We have 3 helicopters. They are an Airbus AS350B2, commonly known as the A-Star. They're equipped with a camera system coupled to a mapping system called AeroComputer. AeroComputer is what tells us what address we're looking at, what streets we're looking at, GPS coordinates if we need to enter those, and all the support that the camera system needs so we can do our work.
Every day knowing that we're able to help patrol units out on the ground, if we're already up and we see a traffic stop, being able to stop, give a couple circles, make sure that deputy is okay, and then continue on our patrol flight looking for hotspots in neighborhoods. That's an amazing incentive to know that we're able to back them up. Even if they don't know that we're there, we're still able to help out.
We're able to find things that we were never able to find before in a quicker and more efficient way, and from a higher altitude.
Everybody's starting to catch up, and we're still better than a lot of the other agencies with the equipment that we have and the opportunities we get to fly. Our camera and mapping systems, everybody's starting to catch on, but we've had it for a long time, and we have a lot more of it.
Our goal is to support the people on the ground and keep them safe. We keep them safe by finding that suspect and by telling them where they are and how to safely approach and to safely take that person into custody without being ambushed or without it having to turn into a scuffle on the ground. We find that car so they don't have to chase it, so we can follow it to wherever it stops and then bring everyone in safely and bring it to successful conclusion without the need of a pursuit. We look in that awful swampy area or canal and say, they're not in there. So guys, you don't need to go in and subject yourself to those conditions because we've checked it for you. Let's go divert our resources somewhere else. We protect them on the ground, and that's what our focus is. And I think it sets us apart a little bit because we focus on that. We're always giving information just to keep them safe. If we find a bad guy, great. But as long as they go home safe, we've been successful.
Yeah, for us, it's almost a nightly thing that we're working with them on something. Probably one of my favorite things to do because we're working with them, we're working on kind of a hot call, and these guys are really, really good at what they do, guys and girls. And being able to support them, because let's face it, that's what we're kind of in the support industry here. So we got 2 things that we're looking at, helping them catch a bad guy, but more importantly to me, it's about doing what we can do to keep them safe. So that's like my number 1 focus there, is thinking about what could be lurking around the corner for these guys,
It's nice knowing that we have them up there when we're out on a track and we're jumping through multiple fences, not knowing where we are, and they got the capability of calling out each address. It's nice having them up there when they say, I got you, and they'll call out where we're going so we can just concentrate on working our dog and making sure we're not missing anything along the way.
Well, I think you have sometimes almost like a friendly competition. Like I can remember one call, and Paul's used this in training for the new guys. So he's tracking in like an industrial area, and the TFD sees a subject, but the dog makes a hard right and goes a different direction. And they're kind of back and forth saying, hey, you need to go here. And he's like, no, my dog's tracking here. And there were actually two guys.
We've actually had to adjust the way we keep our stats, because if they find them before we do, we don't give as much credit to that catch as we do if the dog found them before the helicopter did. So there's always that little friendly competition between us two.
I had one not long ago where a 97-year-old lady with dementia had wandered away from her house, and we had just gotten out, and we just started, I don't even remember the direction, I think we were going westbound, just started going westbound, and the flight observer watched the way we were going, and he scanned ahead, not feeling that a 97-year-old female is going to be a threat to my bodily harm. We don't want to by accident bite someone like that. So they scanned ahead and they go, oh, Jeff, we got her a block ahead. So it was nice. That's an instance where they might scan ahead instead of watching us.
Dogs do wear out, especially in the summertime here, and we'll switch out dogs. While we're doing that, they're scanning ahead, and there have been incidents where they've got a fresher point for us to redeploy a dog so that we're not tracking another 2 or 3 blocks. They see the guys maybe just scaled another fence or something, and they can put us in a fresher spot.
I can think of quite a few times where there was a good perimeter set, and we were working with K-9, we were following whatever track they had, and it didn't work out. And after searching for, quite a bit more, we would leave the area. Well, part of that helicopter serves as a deterrent. So the bad guy may hear us overhead and bed down, thinking that we're watching him. And when we would leave the area, then they think we're gone. They, get up and start moving, and that's when K-9 would pick back up on them.
We could use flight on every call that we go out on. They are one of the biggest assets that we have available to us, because they have the capability of seeing ahead, letting us know if there's any dangers that we're approaching.
I think the thing that stands out most about working, with cops in general, but especially K-9, every one of them, their dogs and the actual handlers have this drive to catch the bad guy, right? I mean, that's what we're trying to do. And that's what we want to do too, so there's always this thing of leaving no stone unturned. And I love that, because we had one the other day, it was on day shift, where it had been at least an hour and 15 minutes since this whole thing started. All kinds of opportunities for the guy to break perimeter. A couple K-9s on it, and then finally they got to this point where somebody had seen him a couple minutes earlier, and it was about time that we were looking to break it down and everything, and right at the last second when everybody was getting ready to go home, they wanted to try one more block, and sure enough, as they're going down the block, I look under this carport and find them with the IR during the day, and it kind of brought up two things. One, if we don't let it die, we're eventually going to catch these guys, and two, the safety aspect of it, because for a period of time, that guy could see them and they couldn't see them, so the quicker I got them on them, the better. So that, to me, that's the greatest success you can have.